always strong in the team sprint. Great over the last 2 years, particularly last year they came on tremendously, but we've never seen him sprint like this. 10.2 twice earlier on in this competition. We saw him take out Jason Kenny. He's hardly put a foot wrong. I think Chris Hoy's got him on tactics though, and he's really starting to get the feel for this track. I'll give the edge to Hoy, but God, it's going to be close.
Can you imagine what's going through Levy's mind as he comes on the track when you've got an opponent the quality of Sir Chris Hoy, 4 times gold medal winner at the Olympics, one of the most respected athletes on the circuit. It's all about trying to gain the higher ground here in the competition. Get race 1 under your belt, and then you're moving into the controlling position of the contest.
Well, Hoy giving him a few lengths there. He's giving himself plenty of room to manoeuvre, so he can see what's going to happen. He keeps height. You'll notice the second rider tries to keep a little higher at all times, so if there is a jump they have the benefit of that banking to roll down. You can't do that around the bend because it is so steep. Tuned to ride at over 50 kilometres an hour to be square to it. You'd be touching your pedal if you were on that track now. That's why they're riding around the blue at the bottom.
Well, Chris won his 33rd gold medal in the World Cup competition when he nailed the Keirin yesterday. Are we going to see gold medal 34?
Great. Back up the track as soon as he's possible. Keep that height. I'll be watching him like a hawk there.
This is the slow build-up before the tear-up. So much respect being shown by both riders. I think this is worth reinforcing that comment you always make, Chris, about the skill of a sprinter riding forward looking backwards.
I tell you, if anybody tries to do that, and I certainly wouldn't recommend it, it's much more difficult than it looks, and doing that at 60 kilometres an hour is really a feat.
Well, just about 1 1/4 laps to go now. The riders beginning to gather themselves and lift the tempo. Levy of Germany is going to lead this one out. Now then, Chris Hall aiming for the back wheel there of Levy. 200 metres remaining. Levy then of Germany at the front. Here comes Sir Chris Hoy. Can he get round Levy of Germany in the finishing straight up to the line? Let's say, oh yes! Levy was beaten on the line. Sir Chris draws first blood and takes race 1 in the final for gold. And there's the Hoy family celebrating.
Well, he's having to work hard for this, isn't he? But again, he didn't panic. Slight hesitation by, or Levy rather, in the back straight, but just as they came over the 200-metre line, he didn't wait. He started the sprint early. That's exactly what Chris Hoy wanted him to do. He wanted to be able to run up that slipstream. Takes a lot of courage, though, to wait for that final bend. Levy actually came out of the sprinters' line as they came into the home straight, which is a little bit naughty. Once you're in there and the sprint has started, you're not supposed to come out. He's trying to just flick Chris Hoy, stop him coming around the outside. But so Chris Hoy, not at all fazed by that. Seen it all before.
Doesn't matter what line Levy took, he just hadn't got an answer for the awesome power of the Flying Scot. Gold and silver medal ride here. This is race number 2, and Sir Chris Hoy already won it. There's the green marker that indicates that he won the first heat. And his opponent is Maximilian Levy.
Well, Sir Chris Hoy is certainly not going to want for support here. Levy is on the form of his life, within the fastest sprints. I think of anybody all the way through this competition. He's going to have to do that now if he wants to beat Sir Chris Hoy.
The music beginning to build the atmosphere here.
People often wonder why they go so slow at the start of these sprints. They're a completely different animal to the endurance riders. They're able to produce tremendous power, in fact more torque than a sports car for the moment of acceleration. incredible amount of force they generate. These bikes have to be so strong.
Spend a lot of time in the gym, these lads. A lot of power squats, shoulder pressing. That's why they all carry quite a lot of bulk. Not a desperate amount of road work once they get into the season. They do the preparation out of the track season. So the Scot on the front here.
Levy knows he's got to take control of this. The only way he's going to beat Hoy is with tactics. Chris Hoy knows that too, and he's going to try and keep that front position. He's trying to goad Levy into diving underneath, and coming into the final lap, he's managed to keep control.
Yep, he has. And he will like this because this reminds him of his kilometre days now then. But can Levy get over the top of him? Shoulder to shoulder now. This is a real battle of strength. And Levy's trying to get across Hoy, but he can't. He can't get over the top of Hoy. And Hoy wins. And the stadium stand and applaud the performance of Sir Chris Hoy. Once again, the victory salute. He has conquered the opposition here in the Olympic Stadium. Chris Hoy gets gold medal number 2, and that is yet another achievement in his World Cup career.
Well, the entire stadium on its feet here. It's been a close-run competition. He's had to work very, very hard for that win today. He knew it was all about that penultimate bend. To get around there, he just had to stop Levy getting a bike length in front, because that would have allowed him to cut down into the sprinter's line, and then he would have won. So Chris Hoy had to give everything he had coming into the back straight, and when he didn't manage to get around him, then he knew that he had it.
Gold medal number 34 in World Cup competition for Chris Hoy, and he takes his tally of medals up to 51. He's a chance to look at the closing stages again.
And that's where the race was won, just at the start of the back straight. I've got to start him get over the top. It was so close, he nearly did it, but at that point he was going to have to do an extra 6 or 7 metres of riding, and there's no way he was that much better than Sir Chris Hoy.
He challenged strongly, didn't he, to be fair? Levy tried to get across the side of Hoy, but Hoy proved to be just too strong, and then in the closing stages Levy gave up, and of course it was a clear victory. So Sir Chris Hoy wins the sprint here with an emphatic display of confidence, speed and strength, and the crowd, well, they came to see that, and they've loved every moment of it. Now the obligatory wind down on the road bike on the low gear. This is always the after sprint or after competition finish. 10.393 for the closing 200. As Chris Hoy pedals his way round the middle of the arena. He doesn't even look out of breath to me, taking the applause from the coaches as he makes his way across the centre of the infield and back to the catch area where the Great Britain camp are housed. Terrific piece of riding, Chris.
I don't think I've ever seen him have to work so hard as he had today to secure that victory. All this competition has been so closely fought all the way through.